All right, fans of music, welcome back. It is Dave the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you right there, and just like me right here. Deen Castronovo and Johnny Gioeli have a brand new album that is going to drop in about 48 hours. Set the world on fire. Yours truly has been talking about that, both here and online. Look, folks, Steve Perry, he's still in hiding. I have heard rumblings that there's stuff going on as far as his album, but that's all I got. Rumblings, I don't know what rumblings are. Does that mean that Steve has got a copy of the album and he's trying to, smuggle it across the street into his car? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Is he going to record labels? Don't know. The speculation is endless, but at the end of the day, I get tired of it because here's the guy, Deen Castronovo. First of all, Deen right now, as a human being, is like a pleasure to watch, okay? Here's a guy that hit rock bottom, okay? Rock bottom. If you know his story, and I'm not going to go down the negative road of his story a few years back when Journey dismissed him. They had to at the time. It's sad because I like Deen as a drummer, and he adds, obviously, an amazing vocal capability that, unfortunately, Steve Smith doesn't have. In fact, Deen could take over the show if he needed to. If Arnell gets sick or something, Deen could probably pull the whole thing off. He can sing, he can drum. If you didn't see him at the benefit concert up in San Francisco, you need to go watch. There are videos on YouTube, and there's a rumor that that is going to get released either as a CD or a DVD or both someday. So I am awaiting that because that will be added to my collection the day it becomes available. I will order, download, buy, whatever I have to do. Hopefully I'll get a copy ahead of time, but even if I don't, doesn't matter. Castronovo is a guy, I think, who is the ultimate sort of overcomer. I mean, he's the underdog who got discovered by Neil Schon back in the day. Great drummer. Neil said, hey, we want you in Bad English, and that association has continued. Of course, he then joins Journey, and then, there's a falling out, and then obviously he is back at it with a lot of projects. Last year, his second go-around with Revolution Saints. And there is a theme, by the way, running through everything that Deen Castronovo is involved with. I just saw him and Johnny Gioeli talking about the making of this album, Set the World on Fire. And these are two brothers, okay? They're just guys that really like one another. I don't know what took, 20 years or 19 years for them to get back together again. I know Frontiers was the catalyst and said, hey, we want you guys to sing together. By the way, Johnny Gioeli can sing. I mean, he's got a different kind of voice, but man, he can really bring it. If you're not a Hardline fan and you don't know Johnny G, you really need to check out more of his stuff. But Deen, okay, Deen is sounding so good singing. He's got such a fun, crazy personality, and he's out there promoting just everything. He's out on the road right now playing drums with Dead Daisies. He's got this project that's coming out. Last year he had Rev Saints, and here's a guy just a few years ago that had literally hit rock bottom. Now, I could do some really interesting comparisons between himself and our reclusive friend who has been in hiding for 20 years, who could give the fans something. And I know he probably hit rock bottom as well in some areas of his life. But what I like about Deen Castronovo is he got back up, all right? He was down, and he fought, and he fought. I mean, I hear a song like this new tune on this album called Through, and I think, man, he's just fighting back. And pretty much the entire last Rev Saints album, it was just Deen's proclaiming that he can do this, and that he's got some help, he's got some divine assistance, but he's not in your face with it like somebody else we know who constantly is promoting his book or is on some stupid evangelical TV show, okay? Just doing this smarmy thing where you say to yourself, this doesn't match this guy. On the other hand, you could see the enthusiasm, the genuine, like, heart change of Deen Castronovo. Something changed. And if I ever get together with this guy, I mean, I probably won't get a word in edgewise. I'll just sit there and listen. Because when he opens his mouth, it's hysterical. It's pure energy. It's just, I mean, I mean, we're both Italian, so I could see, you know, maybe we sit around a table someday and eat some spaghetti and meatballs and a few other Italian dishes and just talk, man, because the guy is just, I am just totally loving the fact that the guy made this amazing comeback, and it seems genuine. And by the way, the enthusiasm and the excitement pours out in the music. And while we wait for the reclusive one to come forth with an album, we don't have to wait for that sound of voice. No, we don't, folks. No, he's not exactly like Steve Perry, ladies and gentlemen. But Deen Castronovo is so close that Neil Sean, and I know this for a fact, Neil Sean thinks he's the closest thing to Steve Perry right now. Maybe Arnell is in there too with that, but, you know, that benefit concert he did, he could have picked another vocalist, had Deen come and do the thing he used to do in Journey where he'd back up the singer and sing a couple of tracks and give the other guy a break and so forth. But in this case, Deen took center stage, and, you know, from what I understand, the folks that are working behind the scenes producing this hopefully forthcoming live album from this particular concert event are doing holy crap Batmans as they listen to the mixes with Deen on vocals. Deen singing things like Trial by Fire and Stay a While. It just blew people away. All right, so that's my take. You know, yeah, do I have a man crush on Deen Castronovo? I hate that. I hate that man crush thing. But, you know, he's a guy I think, you know, deserves to be praised because he's been through so much and he's come forward. He's come through it. So that song "Through" that you're hearing right now by the, what do they call it? Castro Ellie or Geo Novo is what Deen wanted to call the group. That thing is a masterpiece, especially considering what Deen Castronovo has been through. All right, I'm done. Yeah, I like Deen. Deen should be the president. You know what I mean? Deen's a good guy. And good luck on tour, Deen with the Daisies. And that album, again, comes out in 2 days. So grab your copy of it as soon as it's available. See you soon.